Welcome back to the channel, Next Family. It's Terry here. Today I'll be teaching you guys how to make Cajun chicken sausage and seafood gumbo from scratch. I know they have store-bought roux. We're not going to use that today. Get you some Dungeness crab, not blue crab. Dungeness crab is a lot softer. It's easier to eat in gumbo. Then we're going to get some large shrimp. Peeled, deveined, tail off large raw shrimp. Get a rotisserie chicken. I prefer original flavored, Cajun flavored, nothing extra. Andouille sausage and flour, chicken broth. We don't need 4. We really only need 2. Cooking oil, your preference. And for vegetables, we have green bell pepper, yellow onion, parsley, green onion, and celery. Now for the seasonings, I'm not going to list them all right now. I'm just going to show you guys because I'm going to be talking about them throughout the whole time we cook. And I'm going to try to put them in the description box. So there you go. Start by cleaning your produce. They have produce cleaners at the store. I didn't use them this time, but they do have them at the store. And I'm showing you guys how I clean my produce. Nice and simple, nothing too crazy. When it comes down to this celery, use some kind of brush to brush stuff off. If you don't have a brush, use a rag because celery is dirty, y'all. It's really dirty. It sits in that store super dirty too. So just make sure you clean your celery really good. If you see anything black on it, take it off. Parsley, take off the soggy pieces that are inside of it because you can get bad pieces of parsley. You don't need like hella parsley either. I wanted to show you guys this hack for your cutting board to not move. You can also use a wet paper towel underneath to help your cutting board from not slipping. And I also wanted to show you guys just the simple cuts for these different mise en place, which is just like your preparation for cooking to make it just easier as you cook. Because imagine cutting all this stuff like while your roux cooking or just anything like that. You don't want to do that. Cut it long ways into strips and then try to keep your strips in the still in the same pattern like that. Cut them, dice them, however you prefer to say it. How I put things together. So my green onion and parsley are gonna go in a plate together, and then my onion, celery, and green bell pepper are gonna go in a bowl together because they're all gonna go in at different times, and those are the 2 groups of times that they'll go together. Parsley, I try not to use no stems. Sometimes people cut up the stems. I just cut them off, throw them out. Finely chop my parsley. Parsley doesn't really have a lot of flavor, y'all. This is really for a garnish on top. It's a super easy cut for the onion as well. Kind of cut it into like strips and then dice it off. Sorry if you guys hear a word party in the background. That's my baby's shiznit right now. And now for the fun part, cooking. So brown your sausage. You want it to look a little bit burnt on some parts of it. That'll just add like a little bit of texture to your gumbo, and you won't have just like everything just kind of tasting boiled, you know. And also, the sausage makes grease, which you can fry your vegetables in, or not fry, but saute your vegetables in. We're just gonna put that off to the side. We're not even gonna mess with it. Put your onion in, and your celery and green bell pepper, and we're just gonna saute those down until they're nice and tender and not crunchy at all. I prefer them not to be crunchy. Some people like a little texture in their gumbo though. You can keep them, you can cut them, keep them cut big. You can cut them fine. It's up to you. I add seasonings and black pepper to mine. Just add a little flavor. Then I add about 2 tablespoons of butter. That's actually real butter, not like imperial butter, which you can add either or. And then I just saute it. When it gets really tender, I add the garlic because garlic can get burnt really easily. I added about 2 tablespoons. I know that's not a real tablespoon measurement, but it's a big spoon. I feel like it's about 2 tablespoons. So then I cook that all together, and when that's all done, I scoop it out and I put it to the side with the sausage. This is so satisfying to watch in fast motion. And I also did this shredding of the chicken when I was doing the roux, but I put it separate for you guys because I don't want you to get overwhelmed. I just want to put all the roux stuff together, shred it to your liking. I keep it kind of big because I don't want just like hairs of chicken in the gumbo, you know. And so now we're going to start the roux. I actually didn't have a super precise measurement for my roux. Roux is usually half shortening, half flour, or like 1-to-1 ratio. But I didn't really like that ratio. It wasn't working for me. So I ended up adding a lot of extra flour over the time. I would say that I added probably about 3 cups of flour, 2 cups of oil. So just bear with me, but you get to see the real process of a roux. If you're unfamiliar with the roux, this is what gives gumbo the amazing flavor. This is what thickens it up. You actually have to make a lot because you want your gumbo to have like a really thick texture. You don't want it to be too runny. It's a soup, but it's like a thick soup. Say, hi, I'm here distracting my mom while she's trying to get stuff done so we can get rich. Yeah. He's in a diaper, so yeah, I'm not gonna show his whole body. My baby has something to say, okay guys? So right here, I was noticing that my roux was just a little bit too watery for me. The bubbles were just moving a little too fast, and that's how you burn it when you just have way too much oil, in my opinion. So I added a little bit more flour. And look how much slower those bubbles are. Yes. I always season my roux because that roux is going to be all throughout your gumbo, and you just really want it to taste like really good, flavorful gumbo. So that's filet seasoning, Tony's, Cajun seasoning, and some cayenne pepper, because those are like the basics flavors that you want to taste in your gumbo. So you just enhance it a little bit by putting it in your roux. I wouldn't add anything too salty to your roux because you don't want just the whole meal to be over salted, but things that don't have a lot of salt, add that. And you can see the color progression of the roux over time until we finally get to our color, and that's the color of roux that I chose to proceed with. You can try to go darker, you can try to go, well, this is actually final roux. Yeah, it's about chocolate flavored, not flavored, colored. So I had said about 2 broths. I did about 2 broths and about 4 to 6 bottles of water. You can use sink water, you can use a gallon of water, to your preference. Add your vegetables that you sauteed, your chicken. Stir that thing up. Add some seasonings. Add Tony's. I'd say about 2 to 3 tablespoons of Tony's. About 2 teaspoons of seasoning, and then about a tablespoon of filet powder, and then another tablespoon of the Cajuns all together. And really, I just season. Don't forget your black pepper. I just season, baby. I half the time don't even taste my food. I just throw stuff in there. These are bay leaves. I added about 5. And you might get some bay leaves in your bowl while you're eating, baby. Lick that bay leaf and put that bay leaf to the side. And stir it on up. And this is with no roux. Then I got my handyman to help me pour my roux in to thicken it up. I added all that roux, y'all. It was really thick, but I really enjoyed it. It was so warm and fattening. You know, the fatter it is, the better it tastes sometimes. So then we just let that boil for a while, about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Then we turn it down to like medium low. Add our shrimp, add our crab. And I decided to add my green onion and parsley inside. I mean, you can garnish it or you can add half and then garnish it with half, but baby, I just threw it in, okay? And now look, this is the finished product, baby. She was delicious. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Girl, not the slow-mo. The slow-mo. My mouth watering watching this. And I would make it again. I really just don't know how I made such a long video into 11 minutes. But y'all better watch this and y'all better appreciate it. And next time I make it, y'all better buy y'all a plate. Thanks for watching, guys.